One. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Marriage Nuggets with Donald and Stacy.
Hi.
And today's topic is Tell Me Something Good.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we start, did you know we got to get the oil changed in the car tomorrow?
You already asked me that when I was trying to set up to do
I know, but
shoot.
I don't want you to forget.
Oh, I won't forget. I won't forget.
Okay, ladies, can you relate to this? When you tell your husband something and you're concerned that they're going to forget or get something else on their mind and they're not going to do it at the appropriate time when it needs to be done. Okay, we're talking about nagging. Anybody? Can you relate, ladies? And I was looking this up as we were preparing for this topic, and I found so many articles on how to stop a nagging wife, how to handle a nagging wife. I think it's really funny. There's nothing on there about nagging husbands. Everything is about us wives, but we're just trying to get stuff done and take care of things in the house. So we wanted to have a show about nagging and tell me something good, because I know he wants to hear something good from me, but sometimes I have so much on my mind. I'm like, we got to take care of this other stuff, then I get to all the good stuff, things that need to be done. So I wanted to ask Donald live on this show, what is the difference between nagging and reminding?
I guess for me, nagging would be like you keep asking me, or over and over. Maybe not one after the other, but like, okay, you ask me a question to do something. Then maybe 5-10 minutes later, you ask me again, did you do that? Or you call me, did you do that? Yeah, are we there yet? I guess for me, there's a difference between nagging and being reminded. Or another thing, or if you ask me, is it okay if I remind you to do thus and so?
Okay,
Or
and I am learning that.
And leave it at that and don't bring it up anymore.
Okay, that part I'm still working on. Because I think, ladies, and I would love to hear your support, your comments, your struggles on this, if you would comment below, because we have so much, I think as women, we have so much on our mind, things that like need to get done. And whether you have like a physical list or a mental list, it's like in your head, there's things that you're like, gotta make sure this is straight, make sure this is done. And if there's a part in that list of things that your husband needs to accomplish in order for the bigger picture of things to get done, you're like, okay, and did you do so-and-so, so-and-so? Or make sure that you are gonna do this or do that. And I think the difference for me between nagging and reminding is worrying. And typically, if it's something that I'm nagging about, it's something I'm worried about. It's something that I'm concerned about. Like the oil changing in the car, because I don't want the car to stop on me. And I want to make sure that we maintain the car. But it's something that is a concern to me. I probably am going to be a little repetitive about making sure that it's done. If it's something I'm reminding him of, I could even maybe just shoot him a text. And quite honestly, like if I text you and you don't respond right away, I wouldn't text him something that's really important, because I know sometimes he's like, I'll just check it later. You know what I'm saying? So, but if it's something that's really, really important to me, I probably am going to text and call and maybe send an email.
Yeah, true. That's true. But a lot of times we as husbands have stuff on our minds, or it's not that we don't hear you or hear you, it's just that we're processing things too, or doing something, or like I might be, when you ask me to do something, I might be maybe doing some work or doing chores or something, or talking to the kids or something like that, or watching TV. And sometimes I'm sometimes that might be a bad time if it's not too serious. But like if I'm watching one of my favorite shows or something, and then you come, can you do that? And I might not be. I'm trying to watch this show. You interrupting the show. So there's a time to do that. Give me some time. And then even when you do tell me, I might not get to it right when you want me to do it. Like, because I think that's a lot of times about the now. You want it done right now or whatever. And sometimes
correct.
But I will get it done. Because there's been times like you may have told me like I need you to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm gonna need you to wash the dishes, or I'm trying to think of some other stuff recently. that she had me to do, and I maybe got to it. Oh, changing clothes out, or washing the clothes, or drying the clothes, and I might not do it right then and there, and sometimes I might get caught up doing other things and I'll forget. But then I might be up at 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, and I forgot that. Let me go ahead and take care of it. So, or cleaning the kitchen. I'll get up early in the morning and clean the kitchen so it's ready for you in the morning. But it doesn't mean that I didn't hear you or don't care. It's just that my mind was occupied with other things.
Yeah, and I think for me, and I don't know if the other wives can relate to this, but sometimes that delay can be miscommunicated as I just don't care about whatever it is that you want done. Like you said, with washing the clothes or switching the clothes out from the washer to the dryer or whatever. Because I'd be so excited, like Donald offers, oh, hey, I see you got a load in. You want me to switch it out? Yes. Or he's in the middle of doing a load, and it's maybe something in there that I need, and I'll say, are you gonna be done with the laundry tonight? Oh yeah, I'll be done. I'll get it in the dryer tonight. Okay. 7 o'clock roll around. Okay. 8 o'clock roll around. Okay. 10 o'clock roll around. I'm like, well, are you gonna finish the clothes or not? But he's right. If he says he's gonna do it, I could wake up in the middle of the night and he's down there finishing the laundry or down there doing the dishes. But it is it is frustrating for me sometimes, that gap of like, well, is he really gonna follow through or not? And in us talking more about this and talking, trying to process what it is that the root of that nagging, it sometimes can come from mistrust, not trusting Donald. And the root even of that goes back to other issues and things that, if you watch some of our other shows, and we talked about how you can bring things into the marriage from past experience, from your singleness, and even all the way back to your childhood. And there were things that I dealt with in that area of like, I don't know if they're gonna really follow through, and so for me, my way of dealing with that was really a hindrance in our marriage is, well, I'll just do it, you're not gonna do it anyway. Or I'll just nag you until you do it. Then he's gonna do it with an attitude. Then I'm mad because he did it with attitude, but he's mad because because he got nagged to death.
And then when I hear that word nag, I think they came with that word from a nag. I think that's like a goat or something, and they go nag. I'm sure. I think that's where they got that from, because
I try not to have that kind of voice. That's what it sounds
like when they're nag. Like you keep asking me. You keep asking. I think that's where they got that word from, nag. Because a nag is like a.
I hope I don't sound like a doggone goat.
No, but I think that's probably where they got that word, because it doesn't nag.
I'm gonna tell you, you guys were 19 years and counting. 20 in October, and I am still working on it, but I thank God that he has shown it to me, and my husband has lovingly shared with me that he doesn't like it, and started telling me some of the things that he's been sharing. Stacy, your timing sometime isn't good. Would you wait until my show is off, or wait until a later time for me to discuss this? For instance, we were setting up for the show, and I sincerely did remember, remember you said you get the oil change this week. Are you going to do it tomorrow? And what did you say?
I said, yes, I will get it done tomorrow.
Yeah, then what was your next thing? Stacy, I'm trying to set up.
Try to set up for this shoot that we're doing right now. So now wasn't that time to do it. And to be honest, you're not really, I'm going to say, and I'm being real, she's not that much of a nag. It's just, I don't think it's much nag. She's not really, like they say, a nagging wife, because she doesn't nag too much.
Yeah, but made progress since we started talking about it.
Yeah, you have made progress.
Yeah, I think you guys here, we keep saying talk about it. I mean, we had to be for real to talk about it. Donald had to let me know how he was feeling about me constantly reminding or nagging, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
And I had to be real with the fact that why I was doing it. So, talk about it. Yeah. You need to get it out and just be for real about it. Maybe it's a sensitive subject because sometimes you do feel like, well, shoot, well, if you do what I say, when I first tell you, I would have to nag you.
Right.
But we're learning. Just keep talking about it. And I mean, if you feel like your husband isn't gonna do it, I think it's a vulnerable place, ladies. But I've had to be vulnerable enough to say, I'm sorry, I was nagging you about this. But I was feeling like I didn't think you would really do it.
Or sometimes, which I appreciate, she'll say, is it okay if I remind you? Or I'll tell her, could you remind me? I'll ask her.
Gave me permission.
Yeah. Can you remind me thus and so? Or you'll ask, can I remind you? And that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to tell you another thing that's a great tool. Use your alarm on your phone.
Yes, I do use that a lot too, yes.
And
to
sometimes
remind me of stuff, yes.
I'll say,
yes.
Hey, is that something you want to put in your phone? And I say it very nice and pleasant, don't it?
I guess that kind of be a nag too if you keep saying that too. So, but yeah. But she's right, because sometimes I forget stuff, and I gotta use my phone. I gotta put it in my phone, right? And I've learned to do it right then and there instead of, I put it in my phone, and maybe 5 or 10 minutes later I'll forget to put it in my phone. So I try to make sure I do that right then and there. Like I'll say I put something in my phone, I put it right then and there in my phone. So.
Well, one of the things I had to intentionally start doing, and that's why we titled this show "Tell Me Something Good," is look at the balance of my words. And most of the things that I'm saying to my husband, reminding him of things, telling him things, asking him why he didn't do something, or am I able to tell him something good and thank him for the things that I do see him doing, tell him how much I appreciate him. And I'm really, really working on that. I hope I have made progress with that too.
Yes, you are making progress.
It's like flip the switch. You know, he did switch out the laundry. Yeah, I was in the middle of the night. Yeah, I was worried if my clothes would be ready for work the next day. But he did it. They were ready for me the next day. And I had to let him know how much I appreciate it. You know, that it was ready for me. And he's been getting my tea, you know, ready at night. He'll set the timer for my coffee pot, because I love to have my tea, you know, first thing in the morning. I've been letting him know how much I appreciate that. And I am learning a secret, ladies. When I do that more than the nagging and reminding, I don't need to nag or remind anymore, because he'll say, hey, do you need a little help with such and such? Or he'll do it before I even ask. Who knew?
Yeah, because sometimes I do try to do stuff when she asks me to do it right then and there instead of putting it off, you know, because that way she don't have to nag all the time. So you just do it right then and there when she asks you to do stuff. So.
You guys, I hope you can relate to this. I would love to please hear some comments below, some advice, some things that have worked in your marriage. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you.
And thank you for joining us. And that is it for today. And remember that marriage is a process.
Let's do it together, you guys.
Yeah. See you next time. Bye.